Welcome to Mystic Moons. How is everyone on this late evening? I imagine everyone is a little restless, as we all are, with the political, social things that are happening. Even though I'm far away from the Middle East, I guess, I would say 10,000 miles away, the fact that all these things are happening, you're hearing it on every single newscast, radio, and even if it's one-sided commentary, we still know that people are becoming dead. They're losing their homes. They're losing their body parts. Their society is being crushed. Of course, we're talking about Israel and Iran. Now, we all know that Israel did a preemptive strike against Iran a few days ago. And there's been lots of lives of children and women. And the needlessness and the heedlessness of the value of human life is very discouraging. And we all wonder, just what is it human? Is this part of our nature? To be human, to celebrate violence, killing of children and young men and old men? Is this our heritage? Is this our true heritage? That's something that we have to ask ourselves. And even if we belong, not if, we do belong to the universe, a bigger order of things, what do they think of us? What do they think that we are? So it's reflective today. It's reflective. And then we have to ask ourselves the key players. The key players in this fiasco, in this horrible, horrible nightmare situation. We have to ask ourselves, so far, we see two countries battling it out. Hello, how are you? G-Money, how are you doing? Hi. We have to ask ourselves, G-Money and others out there, just how long is the world going to sit back and watch this murderous actions without remorse, it's not my problem, but yet it is. It's all of our problem because we're not the only ones watching each other. And we know that. And the reasons why is also strange. But however, today, did you hear Trump, what he said? He said, I gave him warning. He's asking 17 million people to leave immediately out of a city the size of New York City. Leave. Just leave. Because destruction and death are coming. Now, what does that sound like? Does that sound like a nuke? And at the same time, we hear that Pakistan says, if Tehran is nuked, Tel Aviv is next. This is widening, getting bigger and bigger as the clock ticks. And what does where's the cooler heads? There's no cooler heads. Is there any with any brains? Is there such desire for the abyss, death, destruction? Are we dealing with just male ego? Netanyahu, we all know what kind of person he is. Trump, he's very visible and overexposed as well. Hello, how are you? Hi, Divan. Hi, Jeff. Yes, they're all hiding out. The leaders are hiding out. That leaves us. Us. Now, the whole thing is, who's the mastermind? We both know that Netanyahu and Trump are joined. How they're joined, we don't really know the details. We can imagine, especially since Netanyahu did gift Trump with a golden pager. And we all know the story of the pager, how it went in Lebanon, all those pagers exploding, little kids losing body parts, etc., etc., etc. Gross details. Yeah. When is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? Trump has greenlighted Netanyahu to do what he wants. And what does that mean? When Trump says, go ahead, Netanyahu, do what you got to do. Go ahead, Benjamin, do what you got to do. And they're using U.S.-made weapons, U.S. weapons, to do all this carnage. So that's complicit. We are no longer just bystanders. Actively, Trump has put the United States in front and center. And the word is that, Russia's not going to come to anyone's aid, but that doesn't mean China's not. Do you see where this is going? Do we have smart leaders, or do we have fools? Do we have egotistical body parts, egotistical shadow man, empty man, men that only want to have their name being spoken on strangers' lips? Is that the protocol? Is that the four-way of where we go? All right, we're going to ask, is Trump falling for Netanyahu's tricks? Who has the bigger ego? Who is running the shit show? Do either of these two men have a brain cell? Or are they just possessed by some sort of reptilian or out of worldly, out of human spirit? Or are they just sleeves? Are they just not us anymore? With it preaching death and destruction, survival, this clawing, this ache for supremacy. No matter what. If you don't like me, F you. That's the mentality. You do what I say or march. That's the mentality. If this isn't bullying on the supreme level, what is? It's beyond. But the question is, we're asking the spirits, we're asking the universe today. We're asking the universe, did Trump, he's greenlit attack on Iran. He's personally said, get out, I gave you a deal, now it's too late. It's all your fault. He's already shifting blame. And we hear all the stories in the United States. Of course, they're one-sided. But then we go to another place, it's also one-sided. The point is, who attacked whom first? And the other person is going to say, thank you. We know that's not human nature. Trump is in the situation room, Jeff says. Well, situation room. He's in a situation. His ego is too great. His responsibilities are too great. And then for Netanyahu to say, perhaps we can make a deal calling for the death of another country's leader. Where is this at? This is total nuts. This is total nuts. Now, let's see if Trump can pull it together. Can he pull it together and not fall for, I would say, Netanyahu's traps? We all know in 1967, the USS Liberty was sunk by Israel. And it was blamed on others. And once again, Netanyahu set up a deal. He's got Trump around his finger, or somehow, some reason, deeper than we will ever know and care to know. And he's also grounded all the flights leaving Israel, Tel Aviv, meaning if you were a visitor, you could not get out. So therefore, you know what that equals? Hostages. So he's got his hostages ready. He's got Trump on the trigger. They're using U.S. weapons. Pakistan's ready to go. Afghanistan is ready too with all those Joe Biden weapons, U.S. weapons that was left a few years ago. They just ran out of Dodge and left all that equipment. Pakistan's ready. No, Afghanistan's ready, and Pakistan's ready. This is blowing up, and no one on this planet, no one in a position of power can say stop it. So let's give a reading, spirits. Let's give a reading and see just where this is. It's just where. Oh, wait a minute. Just a moment. I have to cough. Okay, so let's see. Where is this? Trump, are you falling for another trap? Do you know where this is going? Is there a leader? Is Trump just playing an act, playing a role? Is this just being president? Is just fanfare and walking and strutting and talking? You better do what I say. Is this going to be another tariff? Is this going to be another tariff fiasco? But this is our lives. The other one was our conveniences and our food, which is also our lives. But this is blowing up. Do you think Pakistan's going to sit tight and have Israel blow up their nuclear facilities so that contaminated radioactive air can just swish on by? They're supposed to go, oh, now here, let's see now, what's cars? Okay. Is Trump does he know what he's doing? Is he being possessed? Is he what? Is there any cooler heads? Is there any heads? Is there any brain power on any of these men? The first card we get is the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords. This is the situation right now. The 10 of Swords. Ultimate showdown. Showdown. Right now, Trump has authorized the USS Nimitz. Nimitz. That's how you would say it, right? Nimitz. Nimitz. It's sailing out to the war zone. Is that going to be the object of the false flag? Is that going to be a modern day or current time of USS Liberty? Right now, we hear all these wild stories. And we have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Once again, the fire is lit. The situation is tense. 10 of Swords and Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Trump is falling for it. He's putting the United States, all of our states. He's putting NATO, everyone standing with Israel. Why? The Queen of Swords, preemptive, premeditated. Is that why Israel struck? And we have here the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. The world is shouting for an answer, a halt. This is total insanity. Total insanity. And then we have, what kind of star is this? We have the healing power of peace, a truce. It can't be the healing power of war and the missiles and nuclear blowout. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles sounds like an arms deal's paradise. The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. And here we have the Empress. The Empress. Look at all this feminine, receptive power in here. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Empress. What does that mean? We have all this. This is not a peaceful, feminine, receptive. Someone is okaying this warfare. Someone has given the green light. We do know that Trump has given the green light. It means he was told from his support. His supporters? No. He was handlers, maybe. Is Netanyahu Trump's handler? And who is Netanyahu's handler? Who is he acting for? Who is Trump acting for? You and I? The people of Israel? The people of Iran? The people of the world? Is he? Is he? We're going to have to see, first of all, what is this feminine, jump off a cliff mentality. This is a mentality of doom. This is a mentality of we deserve this action. This is a mentality of human depopulation. Now, who's pushing human depopulation? There can be only one type of people, one religion, one dress code, one government. Who is pushing this? Kill, kill, kill. That's all war is. We are right on the kill. We can kill you. So let's find out a bit more. We're just changing the deck because we have a very receptive power to spread more misery, more chaos. And this healing, as if we deserve to get beaten? We deserve to have blood? Is that what Trump is saying? You deserve it because you didn't listen to me? Who is that one man to say to the world, you deserve this because I warned you? Now, we do know that the office of each government is not just one person. They have a team of advisors, and they also have a team that we do not see. Now, is this when I say jump, jump? You asked how high? Is this the mentality that we are coming into a democratic earth? Is this the mentality we are offering? We are offering, we are right. You have to be our side. We have to be carbon copies of each other. We must. We must be visible. We must be the same. One thought. We can't handle diversity. We make a mockery of our skin colors, our dress styles, our languages, because as humans, we can't stand diversity. We feel threatened when someone speaks a different language, dresses a different way. That is a caricature of being human. Kill, kill, kill. Now, we've already said that this is an atmosphere of kill, kill, kill. Now, and we also have hinted or said that both Trump and Netanyahu have incredible egos, as well as Macron, as well as the Ayatollah, as well as others. All the leaders, I must be right, or you lose respect for me. Right? Well, you must be right. But the star, is this the kill? Is this the kill element? Is it necessary to drive down our population to this degree? Is it necessary? Let's see. That's a pretty glum thought, isn't it, listeners? That's a pretty glum, disgusting thought about where we're at. We must drive down opposition. In other words, there's only one way to think, no matter how diverse what your talents are, your clarity, your IQ, your gifts. You have to think only my way. My way. Pretty scary, isn't it? Pretty scary. Because who decides? As if we want that kind of autonomous machine world. Once again, we get the 10 of Swords. Two different decks. We start off with the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Dismal. That's war. That's war. This is big time pain. Big time. Look at this. Both start with a 10 of Swords. Big time pain. Big time. And we have an upside down chariot, meaning it could mean the hit is on for Tehran. There's no movement. There's no movement for peace. There's no movement in the location currently, meaning it's not going to be striking Paris, New York, Berlin, not right now. But right now, there's no movement for peace, meaning the the Ten of Swords is what we have to, it's on the table. That's on the menu. Only one thing on the menu, the Ten of Swords. And look at this, death. Death. Now, this is not a change of death. This feels like death, kill, blood, body parts, destruction, fire, explosions, all those things. Death, death, death. Is that the star quality? The star of the healing is death. Who is wreaking this? And look, if this can't get any more morose, we have the Three of Swords. This is horrible. The Three of Swords. Look at these cards. Look at this. Death. The Ten of Swords. Upside down Chariot. No peace. Ten of Swords. Death. The Three of Swords. No, it doesn't look good. Oh, look at this card. Then the Tower. Yes, it seems like 17 million people could be evaporated in no time. 17 million people. And who is going to take credit for this tragedy? This macabre death scene? Is Trump saying, I told you so? Netanyahu, you're the enemy. You did it. It's your fault. Look at this. This is like the Tower. It's happening very soon. The Three of Swords. Death. The Ten of Swords. And the upside down Chariot. Everything's in place. No change. We're going to war, people. Tehran is going to get hit and hit bad. Something evil. You can even see some sort of like Baphomet type, if you just use your eyesight a little bit. See this? See this figure here upside down? Look at this. Blasting. Look at this face. Upside down, no peace. Well, it looks as though Trump is indeed greenlit Tehran's immediate future. And it's going to bring a lot of death. And it's not going to be one-sided death either, because they're not going to ever forget this. The world is not going to forget this. Not going to forget this complicity. The world is not going to forget this or forgive it. We're going to have a very crushing defeat. A very crushing defeat. And we could thank, if you want to use that sarcastic word, thank, whom? The perpetrators of this propaganda, of this desire to kill at any cost, and to have a weakened neighbors, weakened people. Weakened people have no strength. You're easier to get rid of. Weakened people. Strong people, you got to put a lot more into it. Well, I would say that Trump is going to fall into every single trap that Netanyahu's himself or his handlers have laid out. So far, he's gotten Trump to like agree to, it's okay to attack Iran And then Trump goes, yeah, 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 I did it. I said so. I said so. Where's my peacemaking president? Where is the peacemaking foreign leaders? Where is diplomacy? There's no diplomacy now. It's over. It's over. It's upside down, not going anywhere. Movement. Peace movement is not right now. Do we need to be run for shelter? I think we have to. Not just in the location. It's a very glum time. So, my subscribers, I thank you for joining. I think that you can leave a comment if you please. And if you appreciate the time I put for this draw, press the like button. Thank you for the likes. The like. It's not a very easy subject to like. What is happening to this macabre, solemn evening? We're on the precipice, the threshold of something very evil. Very, very evil happening. And it looks as though the person will be able to, why are these souls going to be crying? And the persons who are doing this, are they persons? That's the question you have to ask. Are they persons? Are they humans? Are they controlled humans? These are questions. Because this is not a human act. This is not a human act. Why is chaos being the it? The it. Why is it necessary to do all this? What is the purpose of this? One or two men's ego, visible ego, public face. We're in the tower right now. The tower. Hello, how are you? Yes, Joan Cedric. Yes, I think they're inhuman. I think they do not have something. Okay, we know they have no empathy. We know that. And that is our cue for like embracing the universe. Every planetary inhabitant, to have empathy is to have union with the rest of the universe. That's the way it goes. But these people, there's also groups that like have been ousted from their home planets, their homeland. I'll just put it that way. Their space. And they seek to put that whole wander emptiness on others. Now we're dealing with very, 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 very strange mentality. Of course, it's not overnight. This stuff has been developing for quite some time. But when you have the upside down chariot pieces out of the hands, when you have the 10 of swords, when you have death, when you have the 3 of swords and you have the tower, what more direction, what more message from the spirits do you see? What is the universe telling us? There's no question. There's no question. And the only thing that we have to figure out is that, are these people human? Are these push the button, drive the bombs, pop the bombs? Are they human to kill women, children, men, old, young, maiming? What is the kill? The flesh. We do know that war is a great business for body parts, skin, organ donation. We do know all this, and it's horrible. Now, why? Who is wanting our flesh, our blood? Who? What? Those are the nasty questions we have to force our minds to comprehend and solve. Because this is totally, totally ghastly. Totally ghastly. And we see the President of the United States going along with this as though he's leading an orchestra towards some sort of event. We'll breathe easier. the cries, the wails, the wounded, the hardship, the disease. It's not. It's horrible. It is not the way. And yet, is there a cool head among any leader with any big boy pants? Because most leaders are male. Can any of them put on their big boy pants, their man pants, and be a man of peace, a man of integrity, and stop this killing? Who can? Who among all of the people on this earth can stop, or even out of this earth, or not even human can stop this carnage right now, unless it's a planned event, a planned depopulation. They tried it other ways. The time, perhaps, is now. When one person can say, I told 17 million people to leave Tehran, and say it with just a matter of fact, like, I ordered a pizza. And it wasn't good. I gave you a deal. How can you say I gave you a deal when you're dealing with human life? That doesn't make any sense. And how can Netanyahu keep surviving and holding power when his citizens have tried for years to get rid of him? Man gives the devil's tool. Certain men are the devil's tool. Certain men are the devil's tool. And of course, I think they're possessed by demons. Now, we don't really talk about demons as, demons or the devil, but there are demons. There are demons, or angels, or spirits of goodness and grace, light. There are spirits of darkness, death, and destruction. We know that. Entities. There are entities. And who is ruling this earth? Who is ruling this earth? Even when you think about all the stories where we are told and not told, then we can realize that we're probably all matured in a sea and ocean of stories, lies, stories about this and that and this and that, every single thing. What is true? When you see wanton killing, wanton destruction, wanton corruption, wanton greed. Is the greed for property just that bad? Just that much? Even the fact of like Trump saying he's going to turn Gaza into some sort of like Middle Eastern Riviera. I mean, how can you enjoy yourself on the blood-soaked sands and the cries of the land itself? Even in the United States, there's some parts of the United States that they must have had battles back hundreds of years ago between the indigenous and the immigrants coming in. Battles. The ground is still cursed. The ground is still aching. The ghosts are still walking. The ghost. The ghost. Is that the goal, to change all these people into ghosts, into spirits, into non-living, non-human, getting rid of our body suits? It's a very, 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 very strange time. So we'll just have to see what happens, because it seems to be happening. It's going to happen soon. Something is going to happen soon. Of course, since Trump has said, okay, I gave you a warning. I told you so. You think it's going to back down? It doesn't seem it's going to back down. It'll take a miracle. And each one of these parties, Netanyahu is following prophecy, a prophecy of his own greatness. Same thing with Trump. He's following a prophecy of his own greatness. Now, why can't we just have people that just enjoy each other? No. It must be, I'm great. You look up to me. That's a human frailty. That's where we die, by wanting to puff up ourselves, show ourselves, flaunt our hollow ambitions. But they're not so hollow when they kill others. That's different. That's calling psychopaths. That's calling demon filled energy. Let's cleanse the air because we have these demons all over us. And demons can travel quickly. And we all know that they don't need to have a bomb or a missile or nuclear weapon to do anything. All you have to do is turn on the frequencies, turn up the frequency weapons. Turn up the frequency weapons and let the earth get charged up. The earthquakes, the volcanoes, the storms. So I mean, all this is just another element of something that is evil, and that is in the hearts of certain people, the evil, the evil ones. And maybe the evil ones are running this earth. The evil ones. Could be. It could be. It could be. Let's cleanse. Let's cleanse. Cleanse our hearts. Pray for everyone. Pray. That's all we can do right now. Let's just pray. Yes, peace is the enemy. Peace is the arrow. Think of peace. You know, a peace thought. A peace thought will keep your tissues, your body alive. It's people don't like peace. You know why? Because you can't make money on peace. The beauty of a flower that's not appreciated. The beauty of a child that's not appreciated. If you in the United States, if you look at the cartoon networks on television, cable, they're very jaded. They have this kind of like weird psychopathic look to them. They don't have an innocent look because the innocence is not something they want in the human species. They just want, what do they want? That's another reading. What do they want? Yes, they don't want peace. They don't want peace. And they're going to call, thank you for the like, and they call peace something like other names instead of wanting peace. And who's going to fight? Are these old 70-year-old guys going to fight? No way. They're sending 20-year-old, 30-year-olds out to be slaughtered, teenagers to be slaughtered. Then, of course, if something happens, an attack in Philadelphia or Chicago or New York City, all ages, an urban attack. And why is the military going to be pouncing in New York City and LA doing a so-called immigration snatch? Agitate the people, agitate everybody, agitate. No solutions, just agitation. Is this what we all signed up for? And then spreading whenever it seems like the key word is, in the United States anyway, when you say the word democracy. Now we know this is a republic, and it's supposed to have participation with decisions. However, we're not having that. We are not having that. We are not having that. We are not having that. So anyway, we can conclude that yes, Trump is falling hook, line, and sinker for everything that Netanyahu and his handlers are cooking up. And the 17 million people in Tehran, well, Godspeed. 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 We're getting into a huge mess, never solving anything but creating more mess. More mess and more discourse. No war. No war. Now we're into so many wars we can't even count them. The more wars going on right now than we have fingers on our right hands. No, there's no solution because we're in depopulation. That's what the evil ones want, depopulation. They want you to eat lousy things, drink contaminated substances, smoke a lot of dope, and just give up. Give up. Do you realize how many people have given up? Given up in the United States? And they're blaming this person, that person. The atmosphere is one of giving up. For years, we had Joe Biden, who was addle-brained and he couldn't hardly remember one sentence after he said it, if it was actually him. And now we have someone who is egotistical. He was put there to do something that he has not done. And he keeps on falling for egotistical traps. Egotism. Chaos and destruction, yeah. It's a pretty bad situation. It's time for us to stop becoming a nation of followers, of mindless idiots, and realize that we are a republic and we have certain values. Now, this is what's happening right now. And of course, Netanyahu is already planning on the emotional tag of keeping hostages from every single country, no flights out of the country. So he already has his incident. And then it's free for something to happen, some false flag. A false flag does not mean that nobody's not being killed or anything. No, it means that the perpetrators are quiet, hidden, the real perpetrators, the blame game. The blame game. The blame game. It's very sad and depressing. However, we're going to get through this because we can't give up. We cannot give up. We can't let them have their way. We cannot let them go unaccountable. We cannot. All peoples of the world, we cannot do this. People that don't want to get involved, we're all involved. In fact, there's someone who says what is happening in Gaza will be happening to every single country if we do not have standards, if we do not have decency, and we become unpossessed by demonic force. And we realize that chaos and destruction is chaos and destruction. And that's something that the universe, which is very vast and populated, is going to stand by and even wait for us to become more and more and get off. We're already off the planet. Our secretary of the Army has already stated that we have a moon base. We have astronauts. U.S. has an astronaut on the moon. Already stated that. Secret. Now, do you think Space Force is nothing? It's just a name? No, it's not. It's an active part of the military. It's an active part of the military. And then, well, too, we also know that the four tech giants, Palantir and Meta and a couple others, their executives are now have been made lieutenant colonels in the Army, in the U.S. Army. So the U.S. Army has Space Force, and it also they have a tech branch called Detachment 201. Check it out. Detachment 201. All right, I'm going to leave this one. And thank you very much for listening, for being this sober time. I wish all you well and safety. And we have to come up with some peace movement. We have to. We have to do something. Chaos and destruction only lead to more chaos and destruction. It's not growth. It's not growth. Okay, Jim. I'm going to leave. Thank you for the comments. We have to try and get peace. Try and perpetrate, spread peace. Until the next time, thank you very much for taking this journey of spirit. And it's very sad. And we have to come up with a plan. And that will become apparent soon enough. Soon enough. So until the next time, I'm signing out. Bye bye.